Warning, this is a Commissar Bro Impressions review video. It is full of fake accents, noobish tinkering, and spoilerific gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello comrades, Commissar Bro here today with Elite Dangerous. That's right. This is like a space flight simulator MMO type game where you trade, explore, you fight, and they just added in a close quarters combat championship. That is just way too long of a name for kind of more faster paced team deathmatch-esque experience in the game. So yeah, that's always interesting. Personally, I'm a big fan of actually just flying around and doing things in the game. You know, a lot of people's complaints is that there's not enough content in the game. But I think it's what you make of it, considering it pulls off the core concepts of being a really cool spaceship simulator. And I think that is really the only purpose of the game, and if that it succeeds... It succeeds and is really effing cool. So, I'm going to just show a few things with the game as part of my trying to play, like do a review impressions video on a new game every day if I can. So anyway, yeah. So, Cleve Hub, we're flying into the center of this mammoth space station. This thing's absolutely gigantic, as you can see here. Yeah, and we're going like 230... I guess, I don't really know how fast we're going. Meters per second, I suppose? I don't really go into too much detail on the sub-light speeds. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we are landing at landing pad 14. So I'm going to go ahead and kick on my landing gear. I'm going to bring it around.
Landing gear deployed.
Whoop, 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 whoop. My girlfriend was actually watching me play this game, and it was funny because she's like, "Oh, that makes me motion sick because of all the spinning." But personally, I think it's really cool. Adds flair, if you know what I mean. There we go. Yep, just a little bit. All right, and
Docking successful.
Successfully
Engines
docked.
disengaged.
Smooth as silk, ladies and gentlemen. So, now that we are in Cleve Hub, we're going to check out the starport services, see if there's any missions worth doing here. That's right. We're also going to check in our ship. So on the outfitting. We'll actually do that first, just so I can actually show you what my ship looks like. That's right. Doing a little spin around, standby. Yep. Twist me around, show me a little bit of goodness. Phenomenal. See, just like, doesn't this just get your panties wet? Like, I mean, personally, me, I'm just soaking over here. It's just so cool. Anyway, alright, so as you can see, I have two weapons hard points on the ship, a multi-cannon and a pulse laser. Now, keep in mind, everything in this game can essentially be upgraded, traded in, so on and so forth. So you eventually start getting a lot of crazy little weapons that do all sorts of things. Here we go, is a type or torpedo pylon capable of launching heat-seeking torpedoes. That just sounds phenomenal, doesn't it? And then you've got multi-cannon, which is essentially like just a machine gun, like a minigun type. A mine launcher, yeah, it launches mines. A missile rack capable of launching dump-fired missiles. A beam laser, that sounds pretty sexy. Beam laser, and a cannon. That's right. And then you see there's more stuff as you go down, as you get richer. Ooh, look at that, it's 500,000. Good goodness. So, yeah, you got all sorts of nice little stuff that you can essentially start buying for your ship. Everything is good at other things, like, you know, not everything is perfect for every situation, essentially. So, but at the same time, it's up to you to kind of figure out what works the best for you. That's right. And actually, I'm very, very heavily considering upgrading my armor, but I don't know about that. I feel like the shield is a little bit more important. Hopefully, if you have a powerful enough shield, nobody will ever get to you. That's right. Device that Causes pre-charged cells to rapidly repair active shields. No effect on collapsed shields. Shield generator is not better than the one I currently have. Shield cell bank. It's kind of hard to find a good shield generator in this day and age. It's ridiculous. I think I've already got a pretty decent one though, to be honest. I spent a lot. Yeah, see, I spent a decent amount of money on it. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, this is me kind of wasting your time just looking at random stuff. Ooh, I could buy that and fit that. Ooh, no, I don't have enough money. Anyway, so let's go look at the missions. So yeah, you can sit there and upgrade all different portions of your ship, and we need to refuel. And there we go, refueled. Alright, and we're going to look at the bulletin board, see if there's any good missions worth taking. If not, we'll just not do that. Keep in mind, alright, climbing the corporate ladder the chemical way. Receive reports that a vessel carrying a batch of experimental chemicals has been lost somewhere in the air. Well, unclear where the experiments came from, but they represent a potential bargaining chip that the Aerovit network can't ignore. Find this canisters, Commander, and we'll make sure you're rewarded upon your return. We could do it. Goods are prohibited. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's like a smuggling mission. I don't really do stealing and smuggling and all that good stuff. So, yeah, no, I'm going to decline on that one because I'm just a little pansy ass. That's right. But anyway, so you can also buy other ships. See, this one here is the Sidewinder, the ship I was just showing you. Let's see, what else we got? Yeah, see, there's a little bit here or there. The Adda. It's got all that shields and armor. Cargo capacity. Viper. Personally, I like the Asp. I think it looks really cool. As you can see, they're all like snake heads and stuff like that. There's interesting ship designs. I'm not a huge fan of the ships in this game. Like, they look okay. I mean, they kind of they really have that like 90s era look to them. If you know what I mean. Like, I think Uprising, Join or Die type ships that they like the bombers and the fighters that would be in that game. But anyway, yeah, so you see there's a whole bunch of different stuff to look at here. All that good stuff. Viper, Asp, blah blah blah, Cobra Mark III, and so on and so forth. Now, this is only for the rich people. As you can see, I can by no means afford any of that. And you want to keep in mind, it's not wise to buy a ship that'll just get blown up later. Yeah, so keep in mind there is insurance on the ships that you can get, and it makes it relatively cheaper. But still, if you buy a 300,000 ship, you're probably going to be spending 30,000 to replace that ship if it gets blown up, and it will get blown up. Trust me, I've already been blown up like 3 times myself. It just happens. So this is kind of just the basics of what the game looks like. I know this video is kind of short, but I'm actually going to have the combat in a completely separate video. I figured I would just show some of the basics, like, you know, landing on docking in a space station, how that kind of works, you know, jump driving and all that good stuff. Well, actually, you know what? I haven't showed the frame shift drive yet, so that's what I'll do next. Is real quick, I'll just kind of show you what it looks like. It's actually warp and so on. That is what I call it, by the way. Is warping rather than just frame shifting or whatever. I guess they call it warping in this game, but to me it's the whole Warhammer 40k thing. You're jumping into the whoop, so that's how I roll. Anyway, you can tell like this game is just absolutely beautiful and looks great. It runs, for me, it runs at a steady 60 FPS. It is just looking phenomenal, and you can tell they really did a great job with this game. And, you know, mad props to him, man. Mad props for pulling off such a cool freaking game. That's right. Alright, so we're going to jump to Aerovit 1 because F it. No, actually, we're a little bit too close to that. Let's find something else that's further away. Here we go, Russell Ring. We're going to lock in Super Cruise.
Cannot comply.
Ooh, no, you know what? We should just go ahead and jump out of here altogether so I can show you guys some actual warp. So let's go to LHS 3447.
Cannot comply. Landing gear retracted.
I'm still mass locked. You basically have to get 5 kilometers away from a space station before you can jump. You also need to put up your landing gear. So keep that in mind. And we're still, there we go. Now we're not mass locked anymore. So that's where we're jumping. Engage hyperdrive.
Drive charging.
Yep. And turn. Let's actually look at our target. There it is. That's where we're going. And here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Engage.
Alright, so we are warping away to LHS 3447. Oh, isn't it just so pretty? Look at it, just all the space dust and all the things just flying by us. How it's so phenomenal. And hello, gigantic sun. And we want to turn away from that so it doesn't torch us into one giant torch thing. So yeah, that's warping. And now we're in Super Cruise, where we are basically, we are still at sublight speeds, but we are moving fast as hell. For lack of a better way of putting it. We are flying really, really effing fast. So, yeah, this is Elite Dangerous. And like I said, I'm going to do another video that actually focuses completely on the combat, because, again, that's probably the biggest focus of this game, all things considered. So it's definitely something that's worth mentioning. And I'm going to find an outpost, and I'm going to go hide there. There we go. And here it is. But anyway, this has been Commissar Bro. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope this is a game that you find interesting. And like I said, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Max to Go for being so kind to actually donate this game to me. This game is a hell of a lot of fun, and I'll admit I put a little bit of time into it in the past couple of days, just because it's a freaking blast, man. Like, who doesn't want to be a spaceship captain, right? So yeah. And they're going to be adding in planetary landings where you fly around on a planet with dune buggies and explore, or not fly around, but drive around and you explore the planet and shit like that. It's going to be really cool. And, you know, I'm not in that whole Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, like, oh, this one's better or whatever. Star Citizen's not done yet. So whenever it gets done, then we'll play it. We'll see if it's anything like this, then it'll be awesome. So yeah. But anyway, this has been Commissar Bro, and I'll see all you amazing people next time.